All right, we're going to have a little bit of fun now, Tim. So in the control room, Adam and Brian are at the controls, the PFF mock draft simulator. So we're going to have them start it, and they're going to show us who is available as the Browns will draft. So you got to, yep, here we go. They're going through them, and they're flying off the boards as we work our way down to the Browns. And here is who's available. We've got Greg Newsome. We've got Elijah Moore. We've got Jason Owa, Terrence Mitchell Jr., Asante Samuel Jr., Jenkins. You got the tackle from South Dakota, Rondell Moore. All right, Tim Bielik, you see who we have available. Of those players available, who are we taking with our 26th pick in the first round? Who do you want?
This hurts me a little because I love receivers. It's probably my favorite position to talk about and write about. And I see Elijah Moore out there, and I just love how explosive he is. I love the Ole Miss receiver factory that's kind of been growing in the past few years with A.J. Brown and DK Metcalf turning into stars right now in the NFL. But I think passing up Greg Newsome would be a little much for me. So rather than take the flashy player and Moore, I go ahead and take a player that I think could fill a bigger role right now in Newsome at 26.
I would agree. So let's go ahead and draft Greg Newsome and see what we have as we make our way down to the second round for the Browns. And this is happening in real time. Sports for CLE mock draft. Tim Bielik and I doing it. And here are our choices. So we've got the big tackle from North Dakota State. You got Molden, really good safety, slot corner type. Davis, the linebacker, De'Ami Brown, wide receiver. You got Aaron Robinson, another cornerback. You got Peyton Turner down there. If you like the edge rusher, you got Rashad Weaver as well. So there's some intriguing ones. Who you like with the 59th pick? So second round pick of the Browns. Who intrigues you here?
Oof, I am torn between De'Ami Brown of North Carolina and Peyton Turner of Houston. I'm really torn between those two. I've been of the opinion that I think the Browns should take a receiver earlier than most people would think because, again, you've got Odell Beckham Jr. and Jarvis Landry. They're going to be 30 next year. They've got a combined 31 million in cap that are owed to them. But if you look at their contracts, and I'm not saying they're going to do this, but if the Browns were to cut them before June 1st, in between the end of the season and June 1st of 2022, you probably would have very minimal cap hit. So if you were to move on from one of them, it'd probably be easy to do so. Again, I'm not saying they're going to, and I'm not saying they should, but I'm just saying that's kind of the way the contracts work. So I think as much as they could use more depth at defensive end, I am going De'Ami Brown. I just love the big play potential he has and how he can really work, not just at the deep level, but I think he's also got some good ability to get yards after the catch.
I would agree. He's a big play type wide receiver. So let's take De'Ami Brown with the second. And so as we go through this, our third round pick, we'll only get the first one. As we're running out of time here. They're killing us with our mock draft. As we gotta make it quickly here. We'll only make the first third round pick. And every time I do this, Jamin Davis ends up available with the third round pick. And I think if he's sitting there in the third round, you got to take him. He's been mocked some places as high as the first round. Do you agree with Davis in the third?
Yeah, if he falls that far, it'd be a steal to take him. I think he's got a development to take to work on. But I think if he's there with all the tools he has, you'd really want to take him, I think. So he'd be my pick in at 91 real quick. Milton Williams from Louisiana Tech would be my pick. That would just be how I would round out the third round.